Hello and welcome back to the best thing you watched this week. We've got Chris from Movies and Munchies and me, Ruben from the Ruby Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining us on this live podcast that we've been doing weekly now for about 4 years, I guess thereabouts. Today we're going to be talking about the best things that we watched. We're also going to talk about the slightly not so best thing that we watched, or worst, depending on what it is. The thing that we watched together this week, Chris, is the best thing I watched this week. So I won't do that now, but I'm just saying, even though I've got stuff to talk about in the best thing I watched, the thing that we watched together is the best thing I watched.
I hear you, because it was amazing. So, yeah.
I'm very excited to talk about that with you. And obviously, as our format goes, we will talk to you guys in the comments, because that's kind of the highlight. It's wonderful to have a recurring crew of people that come and share what they've watched. Do let us know what you've watched. What was the best? What was the worst? What are you looking forward to? We try and get to as many comments as possible. But if you really want your question answered, don't forget you can support us and do like the super chats. And you guys support us so much already just by being here. And we value your time. So we hope you enjoy this time, you find it entertaining, because we certainly do love to shoot the shit of entertainment. And,
yes.
Chris and I have enjoyed spending time together, talking about movies, watching movies, doing podcasting. We have a Patreon called The Bearded Ones, where we do more stuff of the same. And we've got a small crew that have joined us there, which is great. Starts at £1, over 100 videos, which is, I think, I haven't seen a Patreon that is as cheap as ours. Just saying. Like, for like reviews and stuff with over 100, £1 gets you in there. And then if you want a higher tier so you can request for us to watch something, then there are options there as well. Yutaka is one of the highest tier members, and he continues to support us, which we're really thankful for. And a number of our other patrons, I think the names will come up at some point during the stream, just to acknowledge. I see them there right now. So thanks, you guys. It does mean the world to us. But we are here. It's Saturday, 4 p.m.-ish UK time, 8 a.m. Is it your 8 a.m.?
Yeah.
Chris? Yeah. So good morning to everybody in that side of the world. Good afternoon to everybody this side of the world. So we see who's here in the comments?
Yeah, let's do that. So let's see here. All right. Leo the Short Guy, party time. Hey there.
Hey, Leo.
Bunny Dojo, Rabbit Karen Bun Fun. Happy Saturday. Glad you're here.
I saw a really demented doll with a bunny head.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to have to send me that picture.
No, it was
Put
in
it
the
in
movie. So you can watch the movie.
Nice. Mad Titan, hey, hope you got some sleep. Hope you didn't have to go to work today, and hope that pizza is sitting well in your tummy from last night.
Was Mad Titan in the stream?
Yeah, it was like a 3 a.m. pizza.
Who delivers three?
No, you had to cook, because that's what
okay.
we were talking about in the stream last night for the fight. Like in the U.S., there are some places, especially college towns, where they will just deliver all the time. Mad Titan's in the UK. I was like, no, it's all shut down.
I'm so sorry I wasn't there, guys. I had it tonight. I literally had the wrong day, so I was like happily sleeping. And Chris was like, "Where's Ruben?"
Oh, man. Oh, Crochet Island, listen, happy Saturday to you. I'm so glad you had fun last night with the watch along. That was great. I mean, it was a lot of entertaining. It was a lot of some stress at times too, and especially with people getting kicked out of Netflix, and the buffering and the pixelation and the just literally not loading. Oh my gosh.
The Bunny Dojo, Rabbit Cam, Bun Fun. I've just turned up my volume, so let me know if that is okay.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. See, that is the one thing with StreamYard, and I have asked them, sent messages to them to give us, as creators, that we can see while we're actually broadcasting, seeing the live levels. Otherwise, I have to go into settings, and it's a whole thing. And so, it's just disruptive. So anyway, good. Ruben, how was your sleep last night?
Slept really well. Thank you. God damn. damn it. I was so pissed when I woke up this morning. I saw Chris had messaged me. It's like, whale, like a stressful whale. I felt it in my head. Whale. And the reference to the whale is the emoji that we have for our messenger, which is just so random. That's why we've kept it. And I was like, crap.
Oh, well, hey, just getting likes your new background.
Yeah, this is a slow build. We're going to be changing it in the next couple of weeks. It's building up. I've got some new lighting coming, and yeah, so it's the idea is to make it look less cluttered but more professional. Hopefully you'll notice the camera is much more crisp, the picture clearer, focused. That Naruto sign there is from San Francisco, where I bought it with Chris in Japantown.
I didn't see you get that. That's cool.
Yeah, and it works really well. Lights up.
Nice.
Very happy.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it.
You're going to get a lot of...
you're going to get a lot of that. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Who do you think's going to win the fight tonight, Ruben?
I think I'm going to put all my money down on Jake Paul.
Oh.
See, even saying that, even though knowing, I'm like, no, I'm still putting my money on Tyson.
Yeah, it just makes you sad, right? Oh, man. Oh, Crochet Wild, listen, okay, so watched seasons 1 and 2 of The Diplomat. Nice. I love that. It's such a good one. Harold and the Purple Crayon. 3 out of 5. I'm actually surprised at that at that score. Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I can't. It was more of just a it got zero marketing. And Three Musketeers though. Oh, I love that one. Oliver Platt in that one is just so sarcastic and Deadpool and Wolverine. Predestination.
Such a good film. I'd give that a 5. Yeah.
I don't know. Ethan Hawke and that one just came on. It's like just came to Netflix just a little while ago, right? I think maybe that one is
a 5. Yeah. I think I was thinking about The Illusionist. Yeah. No.
Oh,
okay. Don't know why I thought of that. Yeah. Predestination. Ethan Hawke. 4 out of 5. Yeah. I think that's general.
Okay. I'm gonna have to watch this. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to see that. And then Cross, season 1. See, I started Cross, and I just didn't get to finish it, but Aldous Hodge is awesome in this. Did you start it, Ruben?
Yeah, that's the worst thing I watched this week.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I didn't finish it, so I don't know, but I was digging it. I was enjoying him.
You were?
Too.
I've got so many bones to pick with that series.
Okay. Sharath, hey, how are you? It's been a minute. Oh, yeah, see, it's okay. You're back now. Good to see you. Hope everything is well.
Hey, Sharath.
Tough Cookie, hey. Glad you're here, too. And, there you go. Okay. So, nope, I think, let us know if Ruben is still a little low, but you sound fine to me, but that doesn't mean anything.
But that doesn't mean anything. Yeah.
So, cool.
Okay.
Ruben.
I will move it a little bit closer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we go into the movie quote quiz? What do you think?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So last week, nobody won. This is a running theme. Yeah. So I don't know. Does that mean I'm fired? It might mean I'm fired. I don't know. We'll see. Ruben and I can discuss.
Maybe it's Ruben for a swap. I don't know.
So the answers, though, Monty Python's Life of Brian, which I know you got that one.
Yeah.
Number 2 was Stigmata, which is more random.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw it once, like when it came out. So.
Yeah.
And number 3, Saved, which I did just recently watch that. Really? No. That I think you would appreciate Saved, actually. No, really? Trust me. Yeah, coming from background. Yeah, right. Yes. Okay. As somebody who knows you, knows background, and knows this film and just recently watched it,
Yeah.
I think you'll appreciate it.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So it's not what you think. It is, but it isn't. Yeah. Okay. Are you ready though for everybody's like, what the crap are you guys talking about? Are you ready for this week?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, probably not. Okay. We're going to start out with an easy one.
You
Okay.
gonna put them up on the.
I'm going to put them up on the screen as well. Yes.
Nice.
Okay. He's a sparring bot built to take a lot of hits, but never dishing out any real punishment.
Okay. Got first one.
Okay. See, that was a softball
Nice.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was it, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give $1,000 to the man who brings me Howard Cosell's toupee, dead or alive.
Okay.
A little more obscure.
Yeah.
Finally, let them make the mistakes. When your enemy's making mistakes, don't interrupt them. They're just giving you an out. They're giving you an out. Just giving it to you. Take it. Say thank you.
Yeah. Cool. I got 1 out of 3.
Okay. So there you go. Let us know in the comments, and then we will give you the shout out. Or if nobody gets it,
I mean, we can scrap it if people are not enjoying it anymore.
this is true also. Yeah, there is everything is fluid here.
We can
So-
put something else in its place. Who knows?
Yes. Ruben, what's your question?
Okay. Not counting Rocky, what's your favorite boxing movie? Not mixed martial art films, but boxing. Straight up boxing film.
Oh, we were talking about this last night.
Figured.
Because like we were talking about like fight movies, and obviously Warrior
Obviously.
is right up there at the top, you know. And then Here Comes the Boom for different reasons, but it's just as
Seriously,
good.
I might watch Here Comes the Boom more than Warrior because it's much lighter to watch. It makes me feel good.
It's easy. Yeah, it is. It's easier to watch. I mean, Warrior is just devastating, but so good. Okay. The Fighter was really good with Christian Bale.
Oh, yeah.
Do we count Snatch? Because there's bare knuckle boxing in it. No. Oh, come on. Okay. It's centered around a fight.
Boxing movie.
It's the bookies. Yeah. Yeah, what? That's the whole thing. It is. It finally ends up around that because Brad Pitt's got a Snatch.
Okay, Snatch.
I'm going with Snatch.
You
There
go
we go.
Snatch.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Wow.
What about you?
Not Snatch.
Not
I mean,
Snatch.
as much as I enjoyed it, I wouldn't call it
okay.
Snatch as a boxing movie. Have you ever seen Raging Bull?
I have seen parts of it. I don't know if I've seen the entire thing.
Okay.
Is that yours?
No.
Oh,
Depressing as heck. I
Okay.
just wondered.
okay. Fair enough.
Reading Mad Titan's suggestions, very, very good boxing movies. Real Steel, love that. $1 Million Baby, brutal film, so good. Wow.
What's up, Hillary Swank from $1 Million Baby?
Yeah,
You
she
don't-
was phenomenal. You didn't like the movie?
Me? No. I was quoting Pitch Perfect.
Oh, right. Of course you were. Okay, so...
Because why not?
Yeah, because why not? Probably Creed. I think the first Creed is very, very good. Yeah. It's like it takes the best of the Rocky franchise and it honored it. It had Sly in it. There was a passing of the baton, sort of a mentoring from his character. But my word, is he good in that film? What's his face?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. He was phenomenal. Yeah, probably that film.
Okay. Cool. Well, how about everybody else? What do you think? Anybody outside? I mean, Mad Titan's given us 2. Yep. No, we can come back to that also. Okay, we'll come back to it. Ruben, you want to go first on your... I don't know how many things you have.
Oh, yeah, okay, I can go first.
Okay.
Okay, so my first is a film that dropped this week on Netflix. It stars... It, let me see. It stars... 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 It Lacey Chabert, Katie Maxon Greer, Dustin Milligan, Lauren Holly, Joe Lo Trigulio, you'll know him from the 9-9, Chriselle Stoos, who's ever Craig Robinson, who I don't really find funny. So this film isn't good, but I enjoyed it immensely. It's called Hot Frosty.
I knew it. I knew it.
This film was so surprising. The synopsis or the story is basically a snowman comes to life, and it's a snowman. Literally, there were two snowmen that you would think of, the traditional snowmen, and then a half chiseled man in snow that someone obviously was doing some sort of artwork. A scarf gets put around him and said, "You need it more," and he comes alive and he remembers who put the scarf around and instantly kind of falls in love with this girl. And so we have this magical thinking. Puts all your logical thoughts aside to this. It's the snowman come alive, yeah, and this film has oxymorons the whole way through. So, in one hand, you have a really not tongue-cheek, but like cheesy Christmas movie, like all the things that you would want from a Christmas movie. That is a Hallmark, straight to DVD, bottom of the barrel sort of film. Is there. Like, you have these little bit of actors that are, have done their rounds in TV series, maybe a movie here, and then they come together to make a Christmas movie. And yes, it has all the cheesiness that you could want. Surprisingly, there were a few times that I laughed out loud. Probably not when they really wanted me to. So there's that character that I said is the funny Chabert guy.
Oh.
Craig Robinson. He's Sheriff Nathaniel Hunter. His whole storyline I could have done without. Like, it just it was redundant and didn't need to be in there. He's this sheriff that wants to be bigger than he is and is vying for power, and so whatever. His storyline is so forgettable. Like, I was just like, why? Detracts from the romance from a woman that has lost her husband through cancer. So it's quite a sad story. So she's locked herself off. She's quite, she's only thinking about work and that sort of stuff. And then this fish out of water character, which I thought was a lot of fun, seeing a snowman. He's never experienced anything before. He's literally, 1 day old. We're not going to ask how he knows how to speak. He's a quick learner. He watches stuff on TV and then he can basically do it. So he becomes very useful around the town, which is a lot of fun to see him. Suddenly the townspeople, he's been there for like a couple of weeks. It all crescendos around a school dance, and it's a beautiful, fun story. The thing is, this guy is really good looking. He has abs on his abs. And there's a lot of the storyline that's centered around the middle class and elderly, I say middle-aged and elderly ladies ogling him and trying to get him to have his shirt off at every possible moment because he looks so good, naked. So on one hand, I'm thinking we've progressed so far where guys cannot do that to women. On the other hand, I was thinking, what the hell, man? Now we've gone the other way around, but nobody would dare say that that's not allowed because... So I was thinking to myself, that's so strange. There was just a train of thought that I was watching this movie going, yeah, the women are just using him basically to see he's so good looking. So they're objectifying him. If I were to do that, or if the movie was centered around a bunch of guys objectifying a woman in a bikini, it would be classed as like, you shouldn't be doing that. That film would be like destroyed on the internet. But I guarantee you, no one said a thing about that with this one. It also could be I'm slightly jealous because I have one ab and it's round. And this guy...
See, I have a keg. I don't have a six-pack. Come on.
This guy has the body of a Greek god. So there's definitely some sort of jealousy there. However, At the end of the movie, I was happy. I was satisfied. It got me in the spirit and thinking. It's cheesy in all the right ways. It's fun in all the right ways. I do hate fake snow though, because it's a fake set. Like it's a street that obviously is used for 100 other different TV
Soundstage
movies
type
that
of
is
thing.
that is redressed for whatever they're filming, and the snow, like when they do snow angels or
Yeah.
you can tell the way it falls and sits. There's a authenticity that's lost. So when you double down on snow because you already have a soundstage, the thing is, if you have a set on a street and you happen to have weather, it's great. But also having a guy that's meant to be melting all the time and actually being cold to us, the people being the cold, there's some authenticity that was needed there for me to go, okay, you're trying to make me put all this aside. I don't even know why I clicked on this, because when I looked at the thumbnail, I thought, this looks so bad. Even the Hot Frosty as the title, I was like, this looks terrible. So no way, as I'm saying, is this a great movie. And I'm not sure that I would be re-watching it every year as a Christmas movie. But I might dip in and on it, because there was a few times I laughed out loud. There were genuinely funny moments, heartfelt. The acting wasn't bad considering it's a, just TV movie.
Yeah.
The dialogue is often cringy, but sometimes really well done. There are some shots that look cheap, and then there are others that look great. So like it's an oxymoron the whole way through.
This came up in discussion last night, actually, during the fight, which
right.
makes no sense, but that's okay. In the stream of consciousness, it did work. And somebody was another YouTuber who reviews almost exclusively Hallmark movies. He was talking about this one, and he's like, it knows exactly what it is. And that's why it's okay. It's not great. It's probably not even good, but it's cute and fun for what it is. So
I mean, that's exactly right. It doesn't try to be anything else than it is. And I'm so glad it did. But at the same time, it does have issues. But these movies always do. So
well, yeah. And I mean, for me, rom-com, the bar I have is set low.
I know, yeah.
And
I actually think you'll enjoy this one. Like
in Christmas rom-com, I mean, come on. I'm like
so
even
much
lower.
fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, you just have to not annoy me. Really, that's all this has to be.
Yeah.
And so
I thought I would start us off on a low bar, but as we're heading towards Christmas, it's nice to put that one in there.
Nice. Okay. I'm actually surprised that you did click on it as well. Because I saw the thumbnail and was like,
yeah, thumbnail and title, and I was like,
no,
I have no idea, but I did, and it kept me enough engaged for that minute, because normally there's so, vying for our attention, so much to watch. I think I'd watched so much crap that just pissed me off this week, like beginnings of, that I was just like, I need something that I know is probably shit, but it knows what it is. Not I'm expecting something to be great, and it's not.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So a glowing recommendation.
It's not shit.
Hey, see, that should be on the one of the taglines there. Hot Frosty. It's not shit. Oh man. Okay. Well, for me, this has not come out yet. It comes out. It premieres this week. And it's the second season of Peacock's based on a true story. I'm almost done with the series. I have 2 episodes left. And the premise of this show is that there is a serial killer in LA. And this married couple discovers who it is. He also happens
the
to be
Kaylee
their
Cuoco one.
Yes, and Chris Messina and Tom Bateman.
Yeah.
And so in season 1 they start a podcast because with Tom Bateman, who is the killer, because that's the whole setup of this. And so he is he's integral to their podcast. Now this is a little bit later, and relationships are a little different. Tom Bateman is bettering himself, and so there's commentary on just the whole true crime area. You know what I mean? The whole that inner sphere of the zeitgeist, you know, that is obsessed with true crime and how it affects, and then how you deal with, on a separate note, it's how you deal with emotions, how you deal with stress, friendships, even because Kaylee Cuoco, they've had their baby now. She was pregnant in season 1, and now they've had their baby, but now she's struggling with new mom, connecting with people. You know, she can't, her her friends have older kids. This is still wildly violent. It like the show surprises me every single time, because when I think Peacock, I initially think like NBC, broadcast television. And this is not broadcast television. I mean, this is like, I mean, they cuss, they kill, they have sex, it's an adult comedy, and I am loving the second season because it's a different angle, but we don't know exactly why yet. There's some new characters that come in also, which are a lot of fun. But I think one of the thing that continues to make this show work so well is the dynamic between Kaylee Cuoco and Chris Messina, Kayla Cuoco and Tom Bateman, and then Chris Messina and Tom Bateman, and then them with the sister of Kaylee Cuoco in this. And so it's so dysfunctional and yet hilarious at times, especially with the new mindset that Tom Bateman's character has taken on for this season.
Are they half-an-hour episodes?
They're 30 to 40. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, quick. It goes by really quick. Super easy to binge. I laugh quite a bit.
Okay.
I also am like just riveted to it. You know what I mean? I'm like glued to the screen because of all of those dynamics that are going back and forth. I think some of it becomes a little, well, it's predictable. You know what I mean? But it's not predictable in that way where it's like, oh gosh, this is ruining everything, because some of the intrigue is a little bit of the mystery, but more so it's the relationship drama and just the dark humor that's inserted all the way through.
Okay. Yeah, I've been wanting to get to this. I tell you what, Peacock is kind of knocking it out of the park at the moment, because the
Jackal?
the Jackal was so good. I've seen some ridiculous comments on both of our reviews for that, like just absolute people just being people, I guess. Absolute people being people, I guess, should be my quote for that.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm impressed. So I've been wanting to get that. It sounds like I should put this higher on the list.
Yeah, definitely. You want to, I mean, especially if we came to season 1 late. Like it had already been out and we were just looking for something new and clicked on it and we're like
hooked.
Yeah. I don't even think we got out of bed that weekend. I think we literally just binged through the whole thing because it was just so much fun and so unexpected. And so, yeah, if you liked season 1, you're going to really like season 2. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that Murder Mindfully series on Netflix. You know, I mean, it has that dark humor but totally different storylines and everything there. So
okay, great. Yeah. I can't see that many comments yet. People aren't that active. Maybe they're coming out. So we just carry on.
Yeah.
And talk about our next things.
Yeah.
We'll come back to Mad Titan's question.
Yeah.
Okay, so last night, Kay and I were flicking through, our many streaming services. And eventually she was like, we really just need to choose. She was like, what about that one? I was like, cool. I've never seen that. Don't think I've even heard of it. It's a 2011 film. We found this streaming on Amazon Prime in the UK. It's called The Awakening. and stars Rebecca Hall, Dominic West, Imelda Staunton, which was so funny. She plays Maud Hill, and she's absolutely like very similar to her character in
Potter, Harry Potter.
yeah, in Harry
She's
Potter.
Umbridge. Yeah.
Yeah, Umbridge. Yeah, she is a matron, of a boarding school. So I laughed when I saw this, although this was 2011. Okay, so this in 1921, England is overwhelmed by the loss and grief of World War One. A hoax exposer, Florence Cathcart, visits a boarding school to explain sightings of a child ghost. So this film starts off with her basically exposing a particular, basically people that take people for a ride for their money, saying they'll connect them with their loved ones, that kind of stuff. Very similar to actually Insidious. You have this couple that go around proving or disproving, and so far she hasn't found anything that's anything remotely true. She has gadgets of the time, so she's got these weird like magnets that show like drops in temperature. She has strings and a bell to if anybody like kicks it. So a lot of the gadgets are to catch the humans who are mimicking the ghosts. She has like powder that they run over that when you put a light over it, like black light powder sort of thing, so they can
nice,
that kind of thing. But she also has like drops in temperature gauges, but all that fit the narrative for a 1921 movie. I was very surprised by this because it has a good heart of a story. This woman is broken from the loss of her husband, and she seems like she is desperately trying to find proof of an afterlife, and it's always so sad when she disproves it. Like she's every time she disproves it, she's like, damn it, there is nothing out there. Yeah, so it's just making her sadder. So she's quite well known. She has like she's written a book and people know of her, whether that's infamously or famously, it depends on the circles you're with. But for even a woman to be educated in 1921 of her standing, she comes up against a lot of like bigoted men still, like even her responding to a man saying, no, don't do that to the child, don't do this, like it's like women should not be spoken, women should not be, the seen not heard, it should be in the kitchen, all of that, all of that was big. And so that plays a part to her character in this. There's a bit of a love romance. It's just filmed really well. It's a grey England, sort of
everything
exactly how you'd expect to see, like what people think England looks like is what this film is, which kind of just plays into the stereotypes. But it's the investigation, the Sherlock Holmes / supernatural element that works well. I guessed immediately, annoyingly, one of the main twists.
Were you right? And you were right with it?
And I was right. But there's another twist that is part of the storyline that I didn't see coming at all, and I don't think anybody going into this will see. So
okay.
I guess it's like you might guess this thing, but you won't understand what the full usage of the fruition of the story was. It had some things to say about the war and women, but mostly it focuses on the drama with the supernatural elements in it. It's not a horror. It has some jump scares, and it has some great uses of people running around the back end of the camera.
Sure.
Did I see that? But once the story's explained, it's a melancholy joy. You're like, oh yeah, I buy that. So the acting is good. This is like a little gem that I've never heard of anybody talking about. And it's like, oh, that's weird. They're good actors. It's well filmed, and surprisingly went through. I went through a little bit of a roller coaster. I was like, yeah, this is great. And I was like, and then it ended up with another high. Yeah. So put this on your watch list if you like supernatural investigations that have a bit of a heart to the story.
Nice. Well, in the U.S., it's on Screambox and Tubi.
Nice.
So yeah,
To
and
be-
then you could also rent it on demand. But
Okay.
yeah, cool. Okay, that's on my list now because I have not seen this.
And it's British, so you know.
Exactly. Which the whole gray part, that's
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
also what
It's great. I'm there.
yeah, exactly. Overcast, yes. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, next on my list, funny enough, is another second season of a show. This one is the Apple original series Bad Sisters.
Okay.
Now I got to say, just as the caveat, when season 1 ended, I was
Yeah.
like, "Cool, that we're good."
Yeah, I remember you talking about this. You were like, "Yeah, it's a limited series. It's one and done."
Yeah. There's no, they've wrapped it up.
So I was very surprised when I saw the second season coming.
Yeah. I enjoyed this a lot. The episodes are like 50-ish minutes.
So chunky.
And yeah, they are. And you basically have just this group of sisters who, their parents are dead. So they are tight knit and have been tight knit for a long time. In season 1, they had to dispose of a body. I'm trying not to give spoilers for season 1, just in case you've never started the show.
I haven't yet, so I'm going to.
So
all the time I have.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Well, so that becomes the central, the focus of this, of the sisters, their relationship, and what this dead body has to do with them, and in building investigation. Season 2 picks up 2 years after season 1 ends.
Okay.
And so we're following a different type of case. And I gotta say, I did not expect fully what some of it came to light. I mean, like, you begin to suspect a couple of things here and there, and you're like, oh, okay. But then other things that still have to do with that element are like, oh, well, I didn't expect that part of it. The humor is still dark comedy. Sometimes very biting, very cannibalistic between the sisters. And I had said in my review that actually for this as a weekly release, this might be something better from a mental or emotional standpoint to watch as a week to week, because the sisters got to be too much at times. Like, you have a lot of the same types of interactions going on, where somebody gets mad at somebody else, and then it's high emotions and explosive, and then we move over here to something less explosive, more comedic or something like that, and then we go back, and so it does that a lot. Yeah. So that can be a little bit much. The thing I did not expect in this, though, is Fiona Shaw is new to this season. She's the one who's Mrs. Dursley in the Harry Potter movies. Okay.
Yeah, she's great.
So, yeah, which you don't like her in Harry Potter. Through a lot of this season, you do not like her.
Okay.
But she is so dynamic. And, I mean, she steals the scenes that she's in because she can command them so well and just create such a presence for the character that you're like, oh, whether or not I like you at this point in time is irrelevant. I am enthralled with what's going on in front of me, And so the mystery part of it works well. The sister camaraderie as a whole works well. This is an angry show, I would say, because not only do you have the sisters sometimes infighting or at least insulting each other and everything else, even though there is a common love and a common bond there. In other relationships, like the investigator from season 1 is now in season 2 also, and he is very mean to his new partner, like incessantly mean and rude and cutting, and it's his own issues, and so like that's just no going in. It's kind of an angry show, but the comedy and everything else I think outweighs it as a whole. But you may want to take it in smaller chunks instead of binging it like I did.
Okay, moving lower in my list.
Oh, so there you go.
Yeah.
You want to go to the chat?
Sure.
Because I saw some cool things here.
All right.
Let's see here. So first off, okay, so Cross, going back, not as good as the books, but and Ruben will apparently get to this in a little bit. And then I've seen rumors. I have not. This is I guess a new series on Prime and Tubi. Maybe it's a Tubi show that's, I don't know. It's on Prime in the U.S. also. It doesn't look like it's a Prime show.
It doesn't look like we need to.
Yeah, I wish you hadn't. So, yeah, there you go. I don't know. And then you saw Red One. Mad Titan saw Red One. And, yeah, I have seen nothing but terrible reviews on this.
It's been different, though. The critics, terrible reviews. Audience, enjoying it.
Which is...
It's exactly what I expected for this movie. It's a holiday blockbuster family film that you can watch and forget about. That's all
you should escape, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing that worried me was some of the things like, it felt kind of flat or didn't know where it was trying to go, and that worried me just because I want charisma between the act.
Yeah, because we have a lot of big blockbuster Christmas movies that are good.
Yeah, well, and it also just a lot of the movies together. I mean, because we saw the trailer, one of the movies we went to, and I was not impressed by that movie at all.
Nothing in that movie said this is $250 million worth of your time.
No. Okay. Yeah, it reminded me of just several of those flops that the big budget flops that Netflix had done.
I actually thought it was a Netflix film, but it's not, apparently.
No, it's theatrical release, so yeah.
I actually looked up Netflix release date for Red Runner. I thought it was Netflix that went to cinema, and I was like, oh, it isn't?
It isn't. Yeah. So,
because I thought they had bought The Rock. Yeah, but I guess
well, maybe they just rented him. Live Loud, Explore. We're glad that you are. Just sitting out, hanging, listening. Rebecca Hall going back to The Awakening. Awesome.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah, great actress.
Older movie, but The Gift with Jason Bateman.
Yeah, I've just seen this pop up on Netflix, actually, in the UK. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen this, because this is also Joel Edgerton, right?
Really interesting film.
Yeah, it is.
Gift.
With Rebecca Hall as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
and Joel Edgerton. And I remember enjoying this, but it's been a while since. But just that relationship was uncomfortable. Yeah. Like the dynamic between them.
Yeah.
In the U.S., it's also on Paramount Plus.
All right.
So
nice.
Yeah.
Toy.
Let's see here. So crochet a while and listen. The Expanse 1 and 2, seasons 1 and 2, and then your 8th grandchild being born.
Holy crap! That's a big family.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I love it. The rating 100 out of 5.
100 out of 5. Yeah, of course. Well deserved.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Yes. Well, that's what a great bit of news there. We need some of that happy stuff. Rumors, new. Oh, not a series. Oh, that's funny.
A new movie with Charles Dance and Kate Blanchett.
Okay. Let's see here. I don't know what this. So this is the one. Oh, it comes out here in the U.S. in December 6th. Oh, so I don't know. Or at least not here in the U.S., but that doesn't mean that it's not out in the like UK and stuff. Because
what was that on again?
Theater, I think.
Yeah. I don't think
that's what it's.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm asking. Matt Titan says, "I wish I hadn't." Yeah, like that
Yeah.
seems like it's not worth my time. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Joel, the villain, in that. Mode choosing smart move, Ruben. Choosing rest over the fight.
Man, after seeing, because I went back and watched some of the highlights and stuff, and I was like, man, I wish I was there for the female fight, because that looked epic. But watching Jake and Tyson fight just made me sad. I was just like, this should never have happened.
Yeah. No, it shouldn't. Live Loud Explore loves Kate Blanchett. I think she's a phenomenal actress. Oh.
Even if the film she's in is not particularly good, she's always great.
Yeah. Yeah. And okay, so a great question. How come in the UK you guys get movies at different times than in the States? We often ask that too.
This is a question we often ask, because sometimes it's months apart.
And a lot of the time it's more so the US gets it.
Yeah.
And delayed.
It's mostly the UK get it months later. Yeah.
Which is terrible, because a lot of the time it's also on horror movies, thrillers, or like mysteries.
Yeah, that can have it big
Spoilers. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, by the time it comes to the cinemas, they wonder why it doesn't do well, because it's been out on Blu-ray and 4K and streaming already. Everybody's seen it because everybody's either VPN'd it or downloaded it legally. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Ruben is still going to disagree because he's not going to go back to it. But disclaimer, done. Loved it. I loved it too. It had its issues, especially the first episode. I thought the first episode was very trying to get through. It was working on my patience there. Ruben tapped out, not going back. I respect that.
I might, but like I can't just say when. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's now that it's all out though, just binging it too is
much
preferable. Better. Yeah. And it's the ending, I think, and this is why, I mean, you have to, if you start it, you need to finish it, because if you don't, you literally are getting portions of a story, and it's not going to be nearly as satisfying. And I know that some of it is just like, oh, well, I don't want to watch this, and well, okay, but then like erase your brain from it,
reformat.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you guys got Paddington 3 last week.
Yeah, it's like old news.
That's what I saw somebody do a review on YouTube, or at least they were something, and I'm like, what? How is it even
it was
out?
so weird. I was like, this is definitely something like USA would review. Like, I'm sure Austin or one of those guys. I'm not sure you would have reviewed it, because I don't know if you particularly like them.
I love the first and the second one.
Okay.
I have some hesitations going in because they replaced characters too. So
okay. Yeah.
But
I like when they do that. But yeah. Love Paddington. Paddington's great.
Yeah, very, very weird. Parental control. Yeah, it's not a parental, it's a distribution rights type of weird thing. Yeah, but definitely spoilers.
Different companies. Like for the UK, we have different PR companies that deal with the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah, you would think that it would be, especially for movies and in the world we live in with all of the digital access, that it would behoove everybody to have a universal release date. But that's not how they do it.
No.
Mode, from what we've heard, yes.
Yeah, I mean, we love the first season.
Yes, and from what everybody's saying, season 3 is awesome.
Yeah.
So
Which kind of makes me excited to watch 2 and 3.
It does, me too. So we will see.
Of course, everybody could be wrong.
True. True. Yeah.
And you poke the bear like
Yeah.
that.
Exactly like that. Oh, gosh. Okay. Ruben, what's next on your list?
Yes. Okay. Next on my list, I'm a bit late to the party. I'm sorry. But I ventured out to the cinema this week and sat in the cinema that was half full by myself, eating a hot dog that was too long for the bun. So, and then the bun was like soggy, so I got rid of the bun, ate the sausage, which is fine, and I watched Heretic, and man alive, what a film! My expectations were already raised, like from your reviews and how you guys had spoken about it last week. I tried to entice my wife, she's having none of it. And so I was like, cool, I'm gonna go watch it, and I was just thoroughly impressed with Hugh Grant. Like, even if you don't like this type of film, Hugh Grant's performance in this was mesmerizingly, authentically creepy. And he plays this guy that knows, he's that guy that door-to-door people, especially if you're a religious door-to-door person, you're knocking on the door. He's that guy that you hate to meet. So, like, you know your stuff, but this is the guy that's got your Bible, whatever religion you're in, and got all like the strips down and like knows the ins and outs of it. There's this speech that he does on religion where he maps everything out and has all the connectedness of all the religions, and it's a really powerful moment. And I know for a fact that it's true, because so there's an authenticity to the creepiness of this movie. But I'm so glad that the internet sometimes is good, because I didn't have any spoilers for me. I didn't find any. Yeah.
Nice.
And the second half of this movie could massively have been spoiled.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't. So, like, try to avoid it. If you haven't seen it, I urge you to go and watch it, because the first half of this movie is basically setting up the second half of the movie. And that sounds obvious, but you understand that when you're watching this movie, you're watching a conversation from different angles, clever camera techniques, like you were mentioning, kind of in and out. But everything you see is creeping you out more. And what I hate, but is also brilliant, is whenever the camera zooms in close behind our characters, you want to see what they're seeing, which you don't get to see. You also want to see what's behind them, because you're sure something bad is about to happen. And it's a clever technique that's used the whole way through. Well, Hugh Grant is seemingly a really, really nice guy, except everything about him says he's not. He's the type of guy that you know is a serial killer, but you can't prove it, right? Because everything he's saying is nice and friendly. I'm a really nice, likable serial killer, and I'm going to dismember you, but would you like a cup of tea first? Very proper. It's that sort of vibe that he gives off. And I want to see Hugh Grant do way more like this, because he's got it, man. Like, because of his comedic timing, he was funny in here that with moments that wasn't funny, just the way he was delivering lines that made it funny in a way like you shouldn't be just saying that blasé, like, or like, no, sorry, you can't leave now. Just the delivery of how he delivers some of those lines. Creepy, that makes you giggle going, oh, hell no. But there were genuinely scary moments as well. Like the second half of this film, I was just like, that is creepy. I don't like that at all. There's a supernatural element to this film that I wasn't expecting. But I'm not going to go into anything, because that's spoiler territory. But I was just like, there are moments that kind of touches on classic horror moments, noir horror lighting settings, incredible dialogue paragraphs that you must have had to, deliver, along with two phenomenal actresses who were actually in their life moments. So they were like, hiring them as the actresses to play Mormons. There's a believability about them as being Mormons trying to change you. And I guess that comes through because they used to be. So they really know how to act the part, get the mannerisms down, all of that. I have a couple of I used to have a couple of Mormon friends. And, they're normal people for the most part, much like Christians are normal people for the most part.
For the most part.
But it's a really interesting, if you take it just on a theological, the story about the heretic, you take it just as face value as that, it's a really interesting watch. And it brings up some really interesting talky talk parts. So like afterwards, you may well talk with whoever you watch it with about like, oh yeah, it's one of those thought-provoking. But then there's the really fun side to this movie. Camera techniques, the house itself being a character. I was not expecting that. Fantastic film. I could go on talking about this film for ages. Yeah.
I loved how disarming he was. Hugh
Yes.
Grant, you know what I mean? Like you were talking about he's creepy. And then he smiles because he understands that he's upsetting them before they've fully acknowledged it. And so he can then take that step back and be like, oh, okay, well, here, how about this? And just every step of the way. And I think he was the perfect choice for this role because of all of his experience with the rom-coms.
I agree. Yeah. I really want to watch this again. Like, I'm excited to see it again. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay, for me, I don't actually have anything else of the best.
Okay.
But I can go into the worst if you want. It's not
let me
really
finish,
the worst. Oh, do you have something else?
My best.
Okay,
and then,
wow.
And then we'll do the worst.
Okay.
Again, I'm just catching up. I watched The Diplomat season 2 with my wife.
Oh, nice.
We made the mistake of starting the first episode, forgot how much we loved The Diplomat, and we finished it very quickly. I think 2 nights we were done.
Nice.
So glad it's been picked up for a 3rd season, because
Yes.
as much as the 2nd season was a cliffhanger, the 3rd season, good Lord. I did not see that coming. It's got such a great... the actress that plays the Diplomat, I like how she's intelligent, but also flawed. Like, she doesn't make she's highly intelligent in the conversation she's having, and normally she is the smartest person in the room some of the times, but sometimes you'll know she makes a mistake, and seeing her have to learn from that as well in like high stakes, because when you make a mistake in this particular career, it has massive effects, as we've seen, which is kind of the impetus for the whole storyline of the 2nd season. Someone does something, and the effects of that have worldwide repercussions. Sometimes for good. This one, not so much. This is like bad. But makes for riveting TV. So definitely reminds me of like a mishmash bits of The West Wing, and then other more like political series. I'm trying to think of, there was the TV series, the News, that was very similar, I think written by the guys that did the
Aaron
West Wing.
Sorkin.
Yes,
Yeah,
Aaron Sorkin.
Newsroom,
very, very good as well. Like, but what I like about this that's different from The West Wing is that the drama works well in between the political stuff, because the characters feel so real. They feel like people. I love seeing The Diplomat where she's got to change. Like, there's a scene where she gets off the plane and she's got to get changed. She just drops trowel there, and then her bodyguards are like, "Whoa, okay, let's she's doing this, she's getting changed." It's just a very real character for the situations in the world of politics that's just unbelievably stupid, having to look a certain part to do your job, all those kind of things that are written so well into her character. And yet she's also being groomed to be VP. That is like from season 1, that's kind of like, she doesn't really want to act like a VP. She's got a job to do. Don't make me think about those things. So it's a really interesting dynamic. This 2nd season flowed so quickly. I was just like, man, I wish there were more episodes. I like the turnaround of her husband, because the season 1, he was definitely almost like the villain, the guy we hated. Season 2, you get an insight to how his life was like with her, and how he might not have been the biggest villain that we thought he was. There's much more depth to him. I actually felt for him this time around, which I was not expecting.
No.
It's nice to see them give a character much more depth.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we saw a lot of characters introduced season 1. Season 2, there's depth given to them, which I like a lot. There's character development in relationship status, but also in status of what they're going in and about with their government positions. Things change very quickly, and that it's just riveting TV. So good.
And Rory Kinnear too. Like,
yes. Yeah.
You hate him through so much of the show.
Oh man, like, but he seems it seems like as close as you can get to the real thing.
And well, but I loved also that there is a point where perceptions are given the opportunity to be different. Because, you know what I mean? Because just of everything that we see transpire. And so I don't know.
I love seeing who has power over the people who have power, because she's like, sit down. And he's like, and shut up. And you're like, if he does that, who is she?
Yeah, no doubt, right? I mean, the power behind the man in power, right?
For sure. But that's always like, that's authority.
Yeah.
Respect my authority.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, you want to do your worst?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Cross is my worst. And let me just put a caveat in that. I've seen 1.5 episodes, so that's as far as I got.
Okay.
So that means nothing almost. But the reason why I had like some real like filmmaking editing issues with it. There's a moment at the beginning of where there's been a death that is the impetus for the whole series, really, for what our character is. This film, the series, suffers with identity crisis as well. So it wants to be a serial killer TV series, but it also wants to have a political saying with the stories of cops in America, being violent. That is very much written in the storyline with this. So we have Cross, who is an African American, a black cop, and that is played. They're using that as to say something. And then we have the storyline that I think everybody wants to know about, the sort of serial killer storyline that is overarching throughout. I believe this is the thing. They also give away who that guy is right at the beginning, which I thought was a disappointment. I think they should have kept that a mystery. And then, as I was mentioning about the death, there's this moment where he's upset, naturally. I don't know why they do this at the beginning of series, but for me to care about a character, I at least have to know them. I've known this character for a minute, and the character dies, and now we're spending a bit of time on them as to like why I would care. I don't even know the Cross character, so I'd have no emotional connection to this. Some series and films do this, that they start off with a funeral. If you go back and watch episode 1 and you get to the bit where our character dies, there's a funeral cue that isn't cut out properly, because the next scene sounded like it absolutely needed to be a cue. It's right there. He's upset. He's crying. He's with the body. And there's this cue of sound that goes into like a funeral march. You'll hear it. You'll know exactly what it is. But that scene isn't edited in to be the funeral. The funeral comes later. So it feels like it hasn't been edited correctly, which is a really weird thing to say for a professional TV series. So go back and check it out. You'll see what I'm saying. There are moments like this where I go, that's weird. The character of Cross himself, I think, is a phenomenal actor. I love his character. I think I've read a couple of the books, but there's a vast difference between our detective character and the dad character. and there's another part of the storyline that bleeds into the drama of his family life. And again, I'm saying, I don't know your family yet, but you're spending a lot of time on making me trying to care for these characters that I don't know about yet. It just feels like it's been fitted into in a weird jigsaw way. So I'm sure that I'm going to feel about it by episode 4, but you got to grip your people who's watching before then. You've got to give them a reason to really enjoy, to get stuck in, to want to come back, so that when you are world building, you're like, okay, now I know why you're spending time. So I was just like, I watched the first episode. It's like, oof, I don't think I'm going to enjoy this. And I tried again with Kay, my partner, and I was like, no, I can't. Maybe that was just the frame of mind I was in, because I loved some of the actors. I like the guy who plays Cross. I like the idea of the storyline. I like the guy, the actor who plays the bad guy in this. Like, he's got some menace to him. So I want to know the story. I want to see it. But I was surprised that you were really into this, actually, Chris.
Yeah, like I I disagree a lot.
Okay.
Like, I didn't want a funeral at the beginning, and I'm glad we didn't get that, because I understand. Yeah, he's sad. Cool, that makes sense. We know that, I mean,
No, I didn't want the funeral. The cue being there was weird.
Oh, see, it didn't even signal to me a funeral. But like, showing his family, especially towards the beginning and those interactions, I think it shows the damage that he's experienced. Because you watch him not be as patient with his kids at certain times, but then also ultra loving, because now he's trying to balance mom and dad role together while still grieving and having to do his job. And, which I'm sure, and I'm only 2 episodes through.
Okay.
But from this, we get to see all of the interactions, like an incredible amount of depth being given to who he is as a person, what he thinks, what makes him tick, why he does what he does, his motivations, also his values. I mean, the family portion of this is why it's huge. And you get to see not only his relationship with his children, but then his mom, his partner that he came up in the through the academy, and now they're detective partners. I mean, even sitting at like a dinner party, and like you said, the political type of jabs back and forth and ideological type of things with, like, all cops are bad, or how can you justify this, or how can you justify being a cop and a black man, and I think real questions in there. And, but you also then get to see him, first off, how he's cool and collected, and then he's explosive as well. From the killer perspective, initially I was disappointed also that they showed who it was, because I was like, really? But when I think about Luther, almost always we are shown who the killer is at the beginning, and then it becomes the pursuit, and it's the matching of minds. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Sherlock and Moriarty.
Yeah.
Going at it.
I can see that. Yeah.
The battle of wits type of thing, of who can outsmart who and who can get away with it, because you obviously have a villain who has a very high opinion of themselves. I mean, they're, cocky, self-assured, and I mean...
But I get the feeling that the villain is highly intelligent.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I mean, that goes into it also. That he's, you know what I mean? But that also makes him cocky.
Yes.
Which could be the downfall, that hubris there. Yeah. Or maybe it continues on and it drives him around.
Yeah, you bring up some really good points, actually.
So, I don't know. I'm going to continue on with it. Yeah.
I think I might, because I normally love, like, this is my wheelhouse. This is the stuff I normally love. So, American cop drama, detective, serial killer, like, yes.
which for me is like all of
Which
those
is
things except
normally
the American.
normally not yours. Yeah.
British, and
complaining.
then all that.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll have to see because definitely enjoying it. And if you go back, I mean, it'll be an interesting conversation because if it doesn't get any better for you, or it gets worse, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, or maybe it gets worse
we'll
for me.
touch base next week. We'll
Yeah, get
check
to watch
out,
more of it.
see how much we've watched and
Yeah.
whether we've enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay.
So what was the worst thing you watched this week?
It wasn't the worst, but
Okay.
it was not. It was like mixed. The movie is called Emilia Perez on Netflix,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and it's got the one that I had seen the most like buzz around was what's her name? Selena Gomez.
Yeah, the singer actress. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so she's not in it as much. She is not the main character in this by any means.
Really, that's hilarious.
yeah.
If I'd watched it, I would go in thinking I'd be seeing Selena Gomez.
That's what, from all of the buzz and stuff and the publicity and everything beforehand, that's who I thought was the lead.
Is she
in
not the
this.
lead? Is it not about her?
No,
That's hilarious. Okay.
no. It is really a story of, which is, it's going to piss some people off. I know. But you have a cartel leader who wants to change their life so that they can be more just live authentically. The cartel leader hires a lawyer played by Zoe Saldana and who then has to be like the in-between, the go-between, because, I mean, obviously the cartel leader needs to remain untouchable for so much of this, because not only just out of rivalry, but also law enforcement or anything else.
Yeah.
The music in this is enveloping. It's because, like, think Tick Tick Boom, Rent.
Is it a musical?
It is a musical. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like even In the Heights, where you have dialogue going on, and then a song just naturally begins to play within.
So the transition is good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and the songs are different too. That's the other thing. That some of them it's like more of a spoken word or a rap. Some of them are just like beautiful melodies. Some of them are like heartbreaking, just wavering of the voice. You know, as the song is being sung. Zoe Saldana, I had not seen her sing before. She has, yeah, she does. And she's got two performances, I talked about them in my review, that I thought were outstanding. And one of them, I mean, they're both different. One of them is a lot of choreography also, and so you have beautiful camera work flowing, and it's like a long take, singing, not just singing from her, but then choreography from the entire cast. There's also one where it's a dueling duet between her and a doctor sitting across a desk. And the words are so powerful. It is just, oh
Sounds
my gosh.
good, actually. Yeah.
It's great. Carla Sofia Gascon, who plays Emilia Perez, the lead role, it's her story, and she is also phenomenal. I mean, her singing is great. She's the one that has like this wavering to it, this
Is it based on a true story? Or is
emotion. I don't think so. I think it's
it just fiction? Yeah, that's fine.
I think it's fiction. So you take the individual performances, awesome. The singing, the melodies, everything. Even the story at its core, gripping.
Yeah.
But it's told in a messy way. And that's where it faltered a lot for me, where we then, what starts off very strong becomes something that doesn't exactly know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't know, am I going to be a social commentary? but if I'm going to be a social commentary, how much am I actually going to focus on it? And then I'm going to also split my social commentary because I could go two different routes here, at least two different routes. There's also love story and emotional story, but how much of that am I actually going to dive into? And so what happens is a lot of this becomes surface level.
Yeah.
And then questionably, I don't know really why it devolves into like an action piece at the end.
What?
And yeah. And from an emotional standpoint,
I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, from the emotional standpoint, it makes sense. I mean, the emotional part of this, the execution was just kind of like, I don't know.
What are the action?
Like the action itself was fine. It was just the inclusion of it when, I don't know, it becomes, they had like this core story.
Yeah.
And then they said, well, we also want to do this, this, and this. And then they're like, well, we don't have enough time to do all that. Well, we have to do all of that. Okay, so we're going to devote just a little bit of time to each of these things.
And then you don't get to execute each of them well.
Exactly, yeah. So you can still see the tragedy of the story. The emotion is in there, especially from an intellectual standpoint. I mean, you get what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can make leaps and assumptions and inferences and everything like that and be right with these. So it's not even that. It's just, it doesn't get the time devoted to each of these little offshoots of the story, which become the story. So, if you wanted to, if you wanted to watch half of the movie, you would be good. Like, because you get some of the great performances. If you, like, when you get to the point where Zoe Saldana is doing she's in a red velvet suit with a t-shirt on underneath. When she's doing that song, singing and dancing and everything, if you end after that, well, you still won't get the story. You know what I mean? You've seen some of the best performance parts in there. So, yeah there you go. That's it. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. Should we go to the chat?
Yeah.
Get some people in there. Let's so we can catch back up. Let's see here. Okay, going back to From, where Moded asked about is From worth watching. Tough Cookie, Son and I watch From together and then discuss the episode. That's cool. That's a lot of fun
awesome.
when you can you do that breakdown like that. Bunny Dojo also agrees. From is great. Crochet While and Listen is loving the Diplomat as well. Yeah. Okay, so in Cross, the bad cop drama stuff isn't in the books like that. Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's them modernizing the story and pulling in some relevance.
Yeah. I thought it was different. Like, I'm pretty sure I've read a couple. So.
Okay. Oh, hey, I only just finished the Diplomat season 1. Had to no, perfect. That makes sense.
That's
good.
Fine. Yeah, I mean, if we do spoilers, we normally do say so. Yeah.
Yeah. We try and give a good warning there, but yeah. Oh, yeah. They usually don't do spoilers. Yeah, good to know. Yeah, so we will give the heads up because we hate having things spoiled for us. Niket. Hi, Niket. That was just hi.
This is really creepy.
Yes, very much so.
Look behind you, Niket. There might be somebody there.
Oh, that's even worse. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Bad Monkey series. Oh, I did not finish it. I was halfway through. Did you watch this, Ruben? Vince Vaughn on Apple, Bad Monkey?
No. I started, and I was like, this is exactly what I think it's going to be.
Yeah, the rinse and repeat and Vince Vaughn became too much for me.
I can handle Vince Vaughn like that much. In that, like in a contained movie, I can handle it.
Yeah, I watched half and had to like stop because I was not enjoying the series because of him. And so I need to go back now and do less.
The second half.
Yeah, and maybe not even that, but maybe I'll do split the second half up into 2 parts for me, and so. But that's good.
Hey,
Glad you enjoyed it.
did you get to watch the second chunk of Arcane?
I watched Act 2. Yes, I didn't do the review on it, but yes. Good
Still
God.
good? Still good.
I'm like, I saw a story online that was talking about how this season Arcane doesn't really know what it's trying to do, and the story's getting muddled down. I disagree. Now I don't know where the last 3 episodes are going, and I don't have those early, so I can't even see them. But Act 2, no spoilers here. It is devastating in ways, but it's also
so was Act 1.
even more so. And these ones also, I think you see coming too. That's the other thing, that it's not even like this is a shock type of thing. It's like, oh my gosh, they're going to do that. I don't want, no, stop. Okay, you did it. And it is, I mean, the animation, even Act 2 opens with a song, and it's kind of recapping a little bit, even though it's not. It's building from what had come in Act 1. And the animation's all black and white.
Oh,
and
they're so brave with what they do, don't they? 'Cause
Oh
they
my
really,
gosh.
They don't just stick to one style. They go for art. And that's what I feel like I'm watching. Like, it's brutal, honesty, emotional, but art.
Well, in the song that's playing over it, because the soundtrack is a large part of the show also, and this song is intentional because it's talking about painting things blue, and so you then watch this black and white animation start to be covered in different areas with blue for Jinx.
Yeah,
And it was great, but there are some huge growth moments in this, and we only have 3 episodes left, and it's like, I'm worried that it's going to be devastating in
it will be. And like, that we talked off air, I think there's only like kind of 2 ways they can go, really, I think. And either way it's going to suck.
Exactly, yeah. And I think I know the way that they're gonna go, but either way, I don't like it. I mean, I like it from an emotional storytelling standpoint, but from a character investment standpoint, I don't like that. So yeah, I see a lot of the political machinations still working, and did you watched Act 1, right, of season 2?
Seen Act 1, yeah.
Okay. What with Victor and what's the other, Chase? Is that the anyway? I'm not gonna get into it. Anyway, yes, it's really good. Definitely and I mean, there's a flashback scene in this, and in Act 1, they did a flashback scene in like one animation style. Yeah. Here, it's childlike, hand drawn, painted.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful, so good.
Yeah, they. I remember, like, we had Spider-Man come out, and the animated one, and they did this emotional scene with like the different emotions, with literally the colors of the palette in Spider-Man
bleeding down the walls.
And then we saw Arcane, and they took that to a whole different level, because they do the same but like characters have specific tones and very much like paintings. And then Act 2, season 2, Act 1, they really started to delve more into that. So by the sounds of it, they do much more of that in the next 3 episodes.
Yeah, they're playing with so many different animation styles. It is just and drawing the emotion into it through.
So it cost $250 million.
I believe it. You can see it. I mean, you can see the quality.
And for once, it feels like the money is well spent, right?
Yeah.
As if you do the same, and take Red 1, which cost $250 million, and you're like,
Well, and so much of that went to actors.
Probably the cast, yeah.
Yeah. So
The Rock and Captain America. Yeah.
And yeah. So, okay, Thurin just started binging Penguin.
Oh, you're in for a ride, a dark ride.
Ella wants to know, is the Prime series Edge of Sleep any good? I have not heard of this.
I don't know what that is, so I'm sorry to say.
Let's see here. Let me look here. Season 1 is, I guess, maybe out. Who's in this? Do I even know anybody that's in this? Mark Fishback, Leo Tipton, for Eve. I don't know any of these people.
This is, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. When a night watchman finishes his shift at work, he's terrified to discover that everyone in the world who went to sleep the previous night has died. That's a good premise right there. Now, in a band of survivors, he must stay awake and uncover the secret of this global epidemic before they fall asleep.
Oh my gosh. Freddy got all the powers.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued by this now.
That's a really interesting premise. Is it new then?
I guess so. Let's see here. It came out, October 15th.
I'd never even heard of it.
No.
There's been no... Is it English or... American? Americanese?
UK, I think, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, hard to tell. It's
All right. Well, thanks, Ella James. You've put on a really good series.
Recommendation. Yeah, it based on a podcast.
Next week. We'll have
We
at
probably
least
will.
watched the first episode.
Yeah, exactly. Oh gosh. Okay. Thoughts on Cobra Kai final season part 2? I didn't watch. Honestly,
it has episodes and there's some kids in it.
People were saying though that it's good. That which, I don't know what that's in comparison to.
Yeah, because I didn't think like the first part was particularly great. So
it was very cheesy.
It's lost a lot of steam. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. And then we've got the finale coming next year. So
and the movie, right?
Yeah. See, and that's where I'm a little confused. I don't know. Is part 3 the movie, or is it part 3 and then the movie?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know there is a Karate Kid movie coming out as well.
Yes.
With Danny LaRusso.
Yeah. Speaking of last night at the fight, because it is Netflix, and so they did their own self-promotion type of things. But William Zabka and Ralph Macchio were in the crowd together. That was cool. Yeah, that was cool.
Did you also see the
Squid Game people?
The Squid Game people.
Yeah.
Just sat there.
Yeah, just wrong, right? Because it's so fitting, too.
I mean, it's great. It's, perfect marketing. Yeah.
Yeah, watching people pummel each other because... Oh, let's see. Okay. Tough Cookie's also watching Arcane Season 2. Yeah, I've never played the game either. So my lore is what they have told me in the series. And I'm there.
Mad Titan, congratulations on being part of the Patreon group. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, nice. Rock on. Outstanding. Okay, so The Edge of Sleep is a novel by Willie Black, Jake Emanuel, and Jason Gurley. I don't know any of those people, but I am intrigued by the premise. So, all right. The things we're looking forward to?
No, let's talk about the thing we watched together, Chris.
Thank you.
That's the best thing I watched this week.
Let's talk about that.
Okay. Finally, Chris and I got to watch The Wild Robot, which is an animated film that's just come out here in the UK. It's currently at cinemas. But in the US of A, I believe it's on streaming already.
And in cinema still.
And in cinema still. Okay, cool. So that's good. I would highly suggest watching this at cinema if you can. Because it's big, like an animation film should be. It's a wild ride, not to you go, no, it's a wild ride. I didn't mean that. I just meant that it's a really fun film, but has great emotional depth. And themes that you probably won't expect to have in it. The theme of what is a family in this is spectacular. That sometimes you don't choose your family, but when the people in your life may not be related to blood that become family, that you choose, those are the people that you stick around with and live your life with. It's a beautiful story. And then there's the theme of what it is to be a parent, both mother and father. We have a robot who's a fish out of water in the wild, who sleeps to learn the language of the wild, wakes up and accidentally becomes a parent to a duck. And so we have a growing family that is robot, a duck, and Thing. Is that what? Not
Think.
Thing? What? Think.
Think.
Think the fox, who I love. We have some great voice actors. The only thing I wasn't massively enthralled about was the ending. I thought it was going to go another way, and I think that ending would have been better. Anyway, 99.9% of this was a 5-star movie for me, at least. Yeah,
I agree. I mean, the animation,
it's so unusual as well. It's different. Yeah,
it is, because portions of it feel painted.
yeah, like the fur. I was talking with Kay of the fur for the creatures looked like fur.
Yeah.
Not individual strands, but like clumps, like movements together. It felt very painted but real. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so I laughed a ton in this. Not like belly laughs. It was all these chuckles, because it was just, I mean, visually, it was funny. Yes. With all of the little the animals, their reactions.
Trash pandas, man.
Oh my
Trash
gosh.
pandas.
Oh, dude, they wreak havoc.
Just like, oh, that's accurate.
Yeah, so good. Oh my gosh. Well, and then all of the little the possums, the baby possums. Oh my gosh.
Let's teach you how to play dead.
The first time we see them play dead was, I did laugh, like almost belly laugh, because it was just like.
I also like the possum mother.
Oh yeah,
She's
Catherine
just
O'Hara.
so done with being a mother. She's like, there's a moment. It's in the trailer, so it's not giving anything away. But you think one of the kids have been killed, and is not, and comes back, and she goes, "Yay!" She's just like, okay. She's so, she's not slept in years, sort of thing.
She calls, and she also calls one of them the wrong name, and they're like, "That was the other." Your other, the kids. And she's like, "Oh, are you sure?" Just like they've just become interchangeable and stuff. Yeah. But so okay, so each time I heard a new voice, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, wait, what?" So go ahead.
No, I was just to say the voice cast is fantastic.
I mean, Matt Berry is just, he's Matt Berry. I mean,
yes, he's Matt Berry. Yeah.
Oh, he gets a moment too where he gets to like strut his stuff towards the end and
shine.
It's so,
like, we knew it was coming. It was built up from the beginning, but cleverly written so that you totally are on board for it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But the emotion within this movie is so powerful. Like, me and my wife were watching, and she was also doing some other things, so she was not like fully engaged in the movie, and I wasn't sure how much of it she was actually. I mean, she was watching, and she'd chuckle here and there and stuff like that, but not fully. And then at one point, towards the middle of the movie, it's coming. It's not really the climax, because it's before that, but it's an emotional climax of this pouring. It's what everything at the beginning of the film has been building towards. And I look over, her glasses are off, and she's wiping her eyes, and she's sniffling and everything. I mean, just, it has hit her as a mom.
Very real. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know you were paying attention like that. But okay, because it is. I mean, it's a gut punch. It is really. It's a palpable emotion that comes from this movie that I don't think you expect. I mean, I expected it to be cute. I expected it to be sweet, touching, but the story of raising and then letting go is, I mean, any parent.
You rarely get it if you're a parent. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But even if you're not, I mean, just the stories of friendship and family together, bonding. I mean,
like, I really liked the duck story, but I was so sad and upset for the fox. Like, there's a side to this story that kind of creeps in that, like, without going into spoilers, his background is sad. And so the inclusion of him into this family unit was beautiful.
Especially the transition that we watch play out.
Yeah.
Across the story, you know what I mean? Because even get some of these key moments that are very short lines, and yet they're like, oh my gosh,
exactly.
Oh. Yeah. So the end. What like vaguely? What part of it was? Did you?
Okay, yeah. So we get to the end, and a character has said that I'm going to go to a certain place, but I'll probably come back. And so it leaves us going, oh, okay, so there's some. But then there's another character that goes to that character, and they kind of see each other. And I was just like, it's weird to show this character in that circumstance, because that's not the feeling of what I got, what they were going to do there. Yeah, it's really hard not to talk about without doing spoilers. But I just thought maybe that we were going to either have that character that's gone away to come back and literally, fade out on the shot of that character arriving back and everybody happy, and that would have been nice. But for our main protagonist to go see the other main protagonist in a place that didn't really have much to do except for a sequence like we've had before already. Yeah, it was a weird way for it to go, I thought. Yeah.
I think for me it would have logically gotten in the way had one returned, because how? You know, like I wouldn't be able to wrap my head around that part of it, whereas the other part, to me at least logically, I can reconcile with.
I thought, oh my gosh, I thought our character was going to have a conversation with the creators, and they would have gone, okay.
Oh, here you go.
Here you go. You know something so much more. You're different. We're going to let you go and be that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see that. A lot more story than to be told within there. But this dude, blown away. I mean, I know that everybody that had seen it was like, you need to go see this movie.
You need to watch this. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just to give you an idea of the voice cast, if you didn't know, Lupita Nyong'o, Pedro Pascal, Kit Connor, Bill Nighy, Stephanie Sue, Matt Berry, like we said.
Bill Nighy was so good as well.
Oh, yeah. Ving Rhames. Mark Hamill had very few lines, and the one line that he does, like the first one, is like, wow.
I didn't know that it was Mark Hamill. I was like, that's so great, because normally I can tell.
He was the bear, and just so excellent. Good. Yeah. And Catherine O'Hara, I mean, she was the mom great. Of the possums. The possum mom. And
brilliant casting.
I think the only thing that would have been better is at some point then have Eugene Levy in there also.
That'd have been so good.
But we already know that she played possum. Yeah, she was the mom possum in Over the Hedge, wasn't she? And Eugene Levy was the dad.
And he was in that.
Possum. Yeah. I think. Is that right? I don't know.
I don't know.
So, yeah. Anyway, that if you've not seen it, hugely recommend.
Yes, definitely worth watching.
Yes. All right. What we're looking forward to?
Sure.
Cool. I have actually, I know we're trying to limit these, but I have a couple that I'm really excited about.
Oh, go for it. I have next to nothing. So
Okay, so Wicked comes out this week, part 1.
yeah.
I see it tomorrow.
Nice.
I'm really excited as a fan of the
As a fan of
musical.
everything
Yeah,
about Wicked. Yeah.
yeah. I'm still not convinced that I'm going to be okay with waiting a year for an intermission, but we'll see. And then, which I'm curious at how well this is actually going to do in the U.S. because I don't think he's nearly as well known here. But the Robbie Williams movie called Better Man, where they
I don't think it's
reimagine
gonna do
him
well
as a
here
monkey.
either, to be honest.
Really?
There's a line of dialogue that he says in the trailer that says like, "I'm the biggest star," and I was like, "Yeah, 10, 15 years ago, maybe."
Sure. Yeah.
But now, this seems like a really weird time for this movie to come out.
Okay. Well, part of the reason that I'm really looking forward to this is that it's what's his name? The director from The Greatest Showman.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I saw that. Yeah.
music, choreography, that type of thing, I think knows that. We'll see how the story actually is, and then go from there.
Okay.
But yeah. What about you? Really? Oh, this is going to be a bad week for you.
The Empress, perhaps. I'm pretty sure I watched the first season and I reviewed that and enjoyed it.
Okay.
That the season 2 is coming out. So that's cool.
You're not looking for Gladiator 2? Or is that already out for you guys?
No, that's out. Yeah.
Comes out here this week, so yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I see it also this week.
Are you seeing that? Yeah. Are you
I have
looking forward
I
to
have a
it?
screening for it. Yes and no.
I've heard it's good, but not as good as the first one, which is better than I expected it to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. You have a lot of people who. I mean, some people have said like it's kind of messy, but fun, like enjoyable, executed well. So I don't know. I don't. We'll just have to see.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The Contestants, strangely, comes out at cinemas here soon.
Which I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Because it's already been on Hulu,
Yeah.
and so it's been
Also-
available.
Also, Conclave at the end of the month comes out.
Really?
Yeah. You know, we were talking about dates.
Yeah.
I totally
you-
thought Conclave would have been one that would have been here earlier.
Yeah, because you and I saw that, like,
3 weeks ago?
yeah. So
Bonkers, right?
that's weird. Yeah. Okay. Well. All right. Let's go to the
Let's go to
chat and we
comments.
can wrap up. Yeah. Let's see here. Daniel LaRusso, Jackie Chan's character from the Jaden Smith Karate Kid movie are now in the new movie.
Yeah.
It's a weird crossover.
That's weird, considering
Yeah.
that Jaden Smith was judo. But yeah.
That's going to be. Anyway, Princess Becca. Well, thank you. I hope my wife thinks so also. Yes, the wild robot. Yeah, deep emotional core. Very. Okay, Bright Bill's a goose. There we go. So I don't know, a duck goose.
What was the Hawk's name? He was so cool.
Oh, that was Ving Rhames. That was Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt. What a great name. Yeah.
Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening. Galileo. All right. Ruben, you're handsome also.
Where's
you go.
it come from?
I don't know.
But thank you.
Black Cab. Oh, okay. So Ella James, I watched Black Cab this week also. But I'll get to that in a second. Retreat from 2011 with Cillian Murphy and Jamie Bell. I don't think I've seen that. But
Two
Black
great
Cab.
names there.
Black Cab's on Shudder, and it has Nick Frost in it.
Okay.
And that's why I watched it. Nick Frost is unsettling and creepy and wonderful in this.
Huh.
I just felt the story itself was, it had a lot of promise, but I got bored with it.
Okay.
I think more so because I was struggling to care about the girl that gets in his cab. I mean, her boyfriend, fiance dude, he's a douche, so I didn't care at him. I mean, I wanted all the bad things to happen to him.
Yeah.
But Nick Frost, I mean, if you like Nick Frost, which I like Nick Frost, he was good in this because he's again that disarmingly creepy. He's more creepy than disarming, but he's still got a little bit of that charm sneaking through there. But then also the snark, and also the at a turns on a dime. So, I think I have seen The Retreat. Yeah, Jamie Bell, Cillian Murphy, Tandy Newton. Okay. Yep. Okay, Mad Titan agrees with you on Wild Robot in the ending.
Huh. Okay.
and then as a Brit, or at least lives in the UK, cannot stand Robbie Williams.
So come on, help me shop.
Or Bette Midler. That's funny. Oh, The Landman. I've not heard of this movie or show. I don't know. Let's see here. Billy Bob
17th.
Thornton, John Hamm. Is that the one we're talking about? Yeah. Oh, it's written by Taylor Sheridan, or created by Taylor Sheridan, so it's right in his wheelhouse. Modern day tale of fortune seeking in the world of West Texas oil rigs. It's a series, 10-episode series.
It's one of those. No wonder. Yeah, Paramount. Yeah. Horses, oil tycoons with horses, Dallas tycoons with horses, modern day guys, oil tycoons, mafia. That's Paramount Plus now, and Star Trek.
And Star Trek.
Yeah.
Demi Moore's in this too.
Wow. Good cast.
Yeah. So, okay.
All right. Might be
Cool.
worth watch.
Yeah. Thanks for that heads up, Crochet.
I asked my wife because I've been watching the second season of the Tulsa King.
Yes.
I was like, hey, should we watch the Tulsa King? Like, are you enjoying this much? She's like, no. She said, you enjoy that. So she obviously doesn't like him like I do. And then you told me something today that ruined the series for me.
I know. I'm sorry.
Dude.
Yeah, I know. It ruined it for me. That's why I needed to ruin it for you, because I love the show. I think it's
I'm now going to
awesome.
go rooting for my wife because I haven't told her yet.
There you go. Yeah. The Madness. Oh my gosh, yeah. So I had this on my list for next week anyway, but then I watched the trailer yesterday. I love Coleman Domingo. I think he is spectacular. And this series looks intense.
It's a Netflix horror?
series.
Thriller?
A thriller, crime.
Oh, okay.
Crime thriller. Yeah. And
Spanish?
no, American.
Okay.
Yeah, Coleman Domingo, you'll recognize him.
I know the name. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. And I think it's like he is a like a news presenter, but he's black. And so he's mixed up or put into a position that makes it look like he is a killer or responsible for somebody's death. And then it becomes him, the chase and him trying to figure it out. And a little bit of what was that movie with Bruce Willis? It was a remake, like a Charles Bronson, The Mechanic or something like that, where his wife dies or something like that, and so he is like Death Wish. Okay, yeah, and he becomes like the killer type of thing, like just gonna take it all out. It gives me little vibes of this, where you have an everyman who is put into an extraordinary situation, and so then has to do extraordinary things.
This sounds great. This is definitely my type of series.
Oh, I am. Yeah, when I watched I saw Coleman Domingo, and I was like, yes, okay, I want to see this. And then I watched the trailer, and I was like, oh, damn, yes, I absolutely am watching this.
That's awesome. I just want to shout out Crochet While and Listen. So good in our Discord at putting like everything that's coming out, next year, this year, TV series, movies. Our Discord is the Bearded Ones or something. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, that's one of the. Yeah, that is what it is, and then it's got some. Yeah,
and it's got like everything. Yeah, and there's a few of us there now that are letting us know. I'll just put like random photos on there as well because. Yeah. So thanks, Crochet Listen. Like here again, letting us know what we've missed out with.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in Armor is a Sly Sloan and Jason Patrick, which Jason Patrick. Like I hadn't seen him in forever and a day. I've seen
him since Speed 2.
Terrifier 3. He is her dad who gives her the drawing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, did not recognize him at all.
No.
Yeah.
I want to watch that again. That was so fun.
Maybe your wife will watch. Kay's going to say no again. Oh my gosh, Chris, you just got done with work since 3:30. Yeah. Keeping you up at night. Sorry for that, but hey, some of those fights were awesome.
Oh, was Chris there?
Yeah, Fantastic. Chris had joined last night, and it was great. Yeah, but good Lord. Yeah, that was
sleeping, Chris. Both Chris.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Nick Frost was the whole movie. I mean, yeah, he's I love him. And it was weird to watch him too because he hadn't lost the weight yet.
Yes.
He was still the big boy.
Talking about it, dude can do martial arts as weighty. If you've not seen Into the Badlands, he's flipping great in like season 2 and 3 of Into the Badlands. And he's got to do some proper martial arts there. And it reminds me a little bit of Sammo Hung, how you pronounce his name. He's like the guy that used to fight alongside Jackie Chan in a bunch of like cop action movies. Bigger dude, but flipping heck, moved as like far quicker than he had any right to. I certainly could never do that, So, yeah, nice. Nick Frost, man.
Fried gold. Right there. I don't know why I put an accent on there, a southern accent. That was weird.
Got a pretty mouth.
I do have a pretty mouth. All right, everybody. Well, I think we're good. We're done. Going to wrap up. Don't forget that you can like, share, subscribe. That helps not only both of the channels but the broadcast as well. Helps other people
it does actually
find this.
Yeah, it's one of the algorithm things with the liking for some reason.
So yeah, just if you don't mind, if you can do that, we would appreciate it. Only if you liked it. If you didn't,
thumbs down.
You can. Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. Don't forget also, we have our Patreon opportunity. Patreon.com/thebeardedones. £1 gets you in there. It is over 100 videos, including nonsense, ratings, jokes, discussions, the whole thing. So there's a lot to be taken in there. There's also a couple that are free outside the paywall that you can just try it out, see if that's for you. Yeah, exactly. And we have a great little community there as well. We also have our the Discord, like Ruben was talking about, that thanks to Crochet While and Listen for setting that up. You can talk about that. I don't think it's in this description, maybe in Ruben's. I'll put it in though in the description afterwards. Let's see. Anything else? No, I think we're gonna we'll see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bunny Dojo, yes, you have a great week. We appreciate everybody for hopping on. Mad Titan, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out last night. Get some sleep again. We'll see you next week. All right. Bye. Okay, here we go. Bye.